Hello everyone, my name is World. You don't care what my name is, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ring of Honor's Best in the World pay-per-view. Alright, so I didn't get a chance to watch this last night because I was a little busy with work, but I was able to see it later on and even today. So, how did it go? How did this whole show go? Well, I liked how the first match of the night went with Kyle O'Reilly versus Kamaidachi. This was a good match. I liked how well it went. The crowd was not behind Kamadachi. They were actually booing him. It took a while before they were able to finally get behind him. During the match, Kyle sold a knee injury that everyone thought was serious. He was able to play it off, and it made the match even more interesting. I liked how well it went, and it ended with Kyle getting the victory over Kamadachi. So congratulations to Mr. O'Reilly. Rayleigh. I hope I'm saying these last names right. Sorry, guys. Next match, ACH versus Silas Young. This was a decent match. I kind of had hope a little better after the first one, but this was decent. I thought it was okay. Uh, the crowd wasn't really much into this match until probably on the outside when they did a dive out, but that was pretty much it. Uh, in the end, ACH got the victory, and, well, it was okay. It was an okay match, but the next one was much better. It was Mark Briscoe versus Roderick Strong. I heard Roderick Strong is leaving ROH, so it's a shame that he's going away, but hell, he had a good match before he left. And against Mark Briscoe, who, I gotta say, the Briscoes, as a tag team or singles competitors, they do a very good job with any kind of matches they have. And Mark Briscoe did a good job with Roderick Strong. It was a great match. I had a good time watching this. I didn't pay much attention to the crowd. I was just much into this match, and just seeing these guys go back and forth, just counter and counter. Like, this was fun. I had a great time watching it. Mark Briscoe ended up getting the victory over Roderick Strong, and, well, hopefully Roderick Strong, wherever he goes afterwards, will be a good move for him. He could go to NXT. I'm sure he could go there, but hopefully, as long as it's not TNA, that's fine. And hopefully we'll see the Briscoes in WWE soon. I'm hoping. Alright, next match was the 6-man tag team match with the Bullet Club, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks versus Moose and War Machine. Okay, this one, I kind of had hoped the bigger guys were going to dominate this match, at least the early part of it, because, well, they're much bigger and stronger than Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, so that's what we all thought. But no, the Bullet Club actually, well, took control much of the match and was kind of a surprise. I also had hoped that Moose and War Machine were going to work together well, but it didn't happen, which was a real shame. I still liked how it was a good, decent match. Coming off after Briscoe and Roderick's match, I thought this was a good way to cool some things down with the crowd. In the end, the Bullet Club ended up getting the victory, and, well, I'm curious to see when they're going to put Jay Lethal and Adam Cole one-on-one. But until then, we're going to have to wait and see. Also, looking forward to seeing reivew come down here back to South Texas. So, looking forward to it as well next week. Next match, The Addiction versus the Motor City Machine Gun for the tag team titles. This one I thought was going to be a great tag team match. I thought this was going to be a fun tag team championship match because of the history between these two teams and because, these guys know how to have a great match. And I thought this was going to be at least as good or maybe even better than American Alpha's match with the Revival at TakeOver. But no, this was another decent tag team match. I kind of had hoped it was going to be better, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't a good tag team championship match that we were all hoping for. It was decent. I'm just going to say that. It was a decent tag match that probably would have been better for the TV tapings, but still, I was hoping that we would get a much better match out of these two teams, sorry. We saw interferences from the outside. I don't know why that was even necessary, but in the end, the Addiction ended up getting the victory against the Motor City Machine Gun, sorry. I don't know what that happened. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to have War Machine get another shot, or maybe make it a triple threat tag match with War Machine, the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Addiction. So, Sorry. We're gonna have to wait to see what happens. The next match, this one was, I think, what a lot of people were hoping would be, because it had not only a great build-up, but it also had a good story, and with two guys that a lot of people will like or hate. It was Steve Corino versus BJ Whitmer in a fight without honor match. This one had everything that I was hoping for in a wrestling match. Like I said, good story, good build up, and two guys just beating the hell out of one another. This is what I was looking forward to. And they did a great job with this. You know, the crowd was behind Steve Corino. You know, BJ Whitmer was hated. This was fun. This was a very good match. And seeing the older guy trying to help put over the younger guy, you know, say what you want. These guys know how to went out there and had a good match. Steve Corino still got it, man. He had a great match with BJ Whitmer. In the end, BJ Whitmer got the victory over Steve Corino. It was kind of a shame that Steve didn't get the victory, but you know what? That's fine, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do with BJ Whitmer. And they're going to have to use him for something, because after this victory, after all this build-up they had against Steve Corino, they're going to have to do something with this guy so they can keep going with him, giving him all that momentum. Next match was Bobby Fish versus Dalton Castle. All right, this was very difficult for me to think about, because when I was watching this, I had a very difficult time thinking, how were these guys going to, you know, get the crowd into this match? Because after that match with BJ Whitmer and Steve Corino, how are they going to get the crowd behind them, get them all hyped up for this match? Well, they went out there, they did their thing, and they were able to get the crowd behind them. I like both these guys. I like Dalton Castle. This guy, I see him getting far in ROH, maybe even further along the road. Bobby Fish, same thing. The guy may be, you know, he may be older, but the guy can still have a great match. Both of them can have a great match, and they did that here tonight. I mean, last night, sorry, for the ROH television title. It ended with Bobby Fish getting the victory over Dalton Castle, but he did make Dalton look good, and the crowd was really into this match. So even after the match with Corino and Whitmer, they were still able to get behind these two guys and have a good time watching it. All right, now we get to the main event. It was Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe for the ROH World Championship. 1 year ago, Jay Lethal was the television champion and Jay Briscoe was the world champion. And both titles were on the line, and that is where Jay Lethal became the television and ROH champion. He held both titles. He held them on for a pretty good time, and 1 year later, Jay Lethal is still the ROH champion. A year and a week later, some people might say that's a little too long, don't you think? I would like to think, I think it's a pretty good, decent amount of time. And Jay Lethal, it's been a while since we've had a guy who's gone a little longer than a year with the title, so looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with him and maybe put him against Adam Cole. But for now, Jay Lethal and Mr. Jay Briscoe had a great match. I love how these two guys worked off each other. Last year they had a great match. This one they had another great match, and I had a blast watching it. There was no interferences, which was just what I wanted to see. At least not interferences from the Bullet Club. That's what I wanted. Just these two guys just going at it, beating the hell out of each other. And that's what we got. The crowd was really behind these matches. These two guys know each other so well. There was always a counter and back and forth. It's just, this was fun. This was a very fun wrestling match. Jay Lethal ended up getting the victory over, Jay Briscoe, and he's still the ROH champion. So even a year later, even after we circled back around to Jay Briscoe again, Jay Lethal still finds a way to remain the champion. So congratulations to Mr. Lethal. And I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. And you know what? I got to say, this is the WWE. I don't know how they haven't brought in Jay Lethal or even the Briscoes or even Jay Lethal. They got to bring these guys over. They're doing so well in ROH. TNA, you lost something with Jay Lethal. It's a real shame. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts about the whole pay-per-view. Was this better than Money in the Bank and Slammiversary? Absolutely. Was this better than NXT's TakeOver? Not really. I mean, don't get me wrong. As I said, some of these matches were great. The crowd was really behind them. But if I had to choose between ROH or NXT, I'm going to go with NXT because look at the lineup they had. They had a lot of great matches. The tag team title match with the Revival and American Alpha, Shinsuke Nakamura and Austin Aries, Asuka and Nia Jax had a great women's title match, and Samoa Joe and Finn Balor in that cage match for the title. That was fun, especially the muscle buster from the top rope onto the mat. Like, that was awesome. Don't get me wrong. ROH, they can have some great matches, and we've seen that before, but to me, NXT did much better. ROH, second. Money in the Bank, third. And Slammiversary, fourth. So, well, hopefully next time we'll see something better. So that's it, everybody. If you all have a different opinion about this pay-per-view, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. And I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.